Anxiety disorder or anxiety is a mood disorder that is marked by excessive and persistent feelings of fear and also worry. Cognitive distortions is a negative thinking style or negative ways of interpreting events. So, what are some of the negative thinking styles that can make us anxious or afraid? Number 1, catastrophizing. In catastrophizing, we blow things out of proportion to the point of becoming afraid or fearful. For example, if someone owes you money and the person promises to come and pay, yet after waiting for a while, the person never turns up with your money, you may start thinking that this person will run away with my money or this person will never come and pay my money. In thinking in this way, you become afraid or fearful. Number 2, personalization. In personalization, you attribute external event to yourself even though there is no evidence that this was caused by you. For example, if someone should die in your community and you start thinking that you are at fault, there was something you should have done for this person because you didn't do it, that's why the person is dead. Engaging in such negative thinking by attributing events to yourself even though there is no evidence, you become anxious or afraid. Number 3, overgeneralization. So in overgeneralization, you reach a conclusion about one event and apply this conclusion to every other event that will happen. So for example, if you get a low score in mathematics, then you will generalize that because you had this low score, you will get low scores in your other subjects like English, like science. So even before you write these exams, you start being afraid and anxious. Number 4, labeling. In labeling, you describe yourself or define yourself with one general term or label. So for example, if you apply for a job and then you fail your interview for that job, you might label yourself that you are a failure in life. So with this kind of label, even before you apply for your next job, you are afraid that you also fail your interview and will never get a job. Number 5, mind reading. In mind reading, you assume that you know what other people are thinking. So for example, if you assume that I'm thinking about killing you, when you meet me, you start becoming anxious or afraid because you've already assumed that I've thought about killing you, which may not necessarily be true. Number 6, mental filtering. In mental filtering, you ignore all the positive things that are happening to you and focus exclusively on the negative things. So for example, in your first year in school, you score all A's in your subjects. In your second year, you fail one subject and you start blaming yourself that life has been so unfair to you. This kind of thinking can make you anxious or afraid in life. Number 7, emotional reasoning. In emotional reasoning, you have a false belief that your emotions or your feelings are true in reality. For example, in the workplace, if you have a feeling that your co-worker or colleague hates you, even though in reality he or she doesn't hate you. So because of this kind of thinking, you may start getting afraid or anxious even before you meet your co-worker or your colleague. Stopping some of these negative thinking styles can definitely help you to reduce your symptoms of fear or anxiety. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment, like, and share.